The 2024 Lloyds Bank Tour of Britain Women got underway in Wales for 4 stages of brilliant racing. The world champion was on the start line and 4 national champions. It was going to be a closely fought battle, and stage 1 got underway from Welshpool. Lucy Harris was the attacker of the day. She tried to go solo, but over the top of the Queen of the Mountain, a select group of 9 riders went clear. Dignan took the maximum points in the Queen of the Mountain. She had a teammate Henderson there for the Great Britain national team, but Lotte Kopecky, the world champion, was there too. Majerus led out the sprint, and it was Kopecky who was going for the victory. Paternoster, a fast finish, was there along into Llandudno. And it was a closely fought finish between Kopecky and Paternoster. A lunge for the line meant that it went to a photo finish. Kopecky was victorious, and she won stage 1 by the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, I was really close when I knew that Letizia was the fastest sprinter, so that she was the one to beat. But yeah, I think I had a very well timed jump, and yeah, I was also really close. But yeah, it's also nice to be able to sprint myself and to finish it off for Team Worldtour.
Kopecky wins the stage ahead of Paternoster, Georgie, Dignan and Janssen. In the general classification, it's Kopecky who leads ahead of Paternoster and Georgie. Stage 2 would start and finish in Wrexham, the final stage on Welsh soil, and it was an active start with Francisca Koch of Team DSM Firmenich PostNL taking a solo lead. No one bridged across, but then it all came back together with Kopecky and Henderson forming a breakaway. It was the green jersey and the leader of the general classification, Kopecky, the world champion, who led out the sprint, with Henderson trying to challenge, but in the end it was 2 from 2 for Kopecky.
Yeah, I knew how the finish looked like, so yeah, when Anna didn't want to take over anymore in the last kilometer, I also was not that, I didn't panic, and I knew that it was not a disadvantage to start from the front here.
Lotte Kopecky wins the stage ahead of Henderson, Wiebes, Paternoster and Georgie. Whilst in the classification, it's Kopecky who leads ahead of Henderson and Paternoster. Stage 3 started and finished in Warrington, a 106km stage into the Cheshire Lanes. As they went through kilometre 0, there was a moment of calm. Maddie Leach and Joe Tinley formed a breakaway duo, and they had a good advantage over the peloton behind. In the closing kilometres, De May tried to attack, but it all came down to a bunch sprint that was bookmarked for this stage. Wiebes was being challenged by Cool, and Georgia Baker tried to get herself involved with the sprint, but in the end it was the rocket Lorena Wiebes who won into Warrington, taking stage 3, making it 3 in a row for SD Works Pro Time.
Yeah, the team did anyway a really good job all day with controlling the breakaway. And yeah, we kept ex-Christine, Barbara, Lotte and me together for the final, and yeah, Christine delivered us really good for the corner as first, and yeah, it was a really fast finish. And then I saw like, oh, it's only 200 meters to go, so I started my sprint, and I was happy to deliver for the team.
It was joy and delight for SD Works Pro Time, with Wiebes taking stage 3 ahead of Cool, Baker, Barbieri and Perkins. Kopecky continues to lead the general classification ahead of Henderson, Paternoster, Georgie and Janssen. The 4th and final stage of the Lloyds Bank Tour of Britain Women got underway from the National Cycling Centre in the city of Manchester. It was all to play for, and riders and teams would want to try and take the jersey off the shoulders of Kopecky. Dobell Hickok tried to attack, but it all came back together. Dignan went over Grainsbar, the first Queen of the Mountain, taking the points, and consequently opened up a lead. On the final climb of the day, it was Franziska Koch of Team DSM-Firmenich PostNL trying to close the gap to Dagen for Pfeiffer Georgi, but it all came down to a reduced bunch sprint, with Kopecky leading into Lee. She freewheeled and handed over to Majerus and Wiebes, and it was close on the line, with Majerus celebrating early. It was Ruby Roseman Gannon who came through and took the stage victory. A photo finish confirmed that Ruby Roseman Gannon took the win. It was the first UCI Women's World Tour victory for the Australian road race champion. Kopecky won the sprints competition, whilst Lizzie Deignan took home the blue Queen of the Mountains jersey. Aline Janssen was the best young rider, whilst in the classification for the overall, it was Kopecky who won, ahead of Henderson and Majerus. Lotte Kopecky is the new leader in the UCI Women's World Tour. Ruby Roseman Gannon takes the stage ahead of Majerus and Wiebes, whilst in the overall general classification, Kopecky wins 17 seconds ahead of Henderson, with Majerus third at 34 seconds. Lotte Kopecky leads the UCI Women's World Tour rankings ahead of Demi Vollering, Lorena Wiebes and Elisa Longo-Borghini, whilst in the UCI Women's World Tour youth rankings, it's Sharon van Anrooy who leads ahead of Puck Pieterse and Neve Bradbury. We'll see you for the next round of the UCI Women's World Tour, the Tour de Suisse.